It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Oh, what up, dude? Fucking not a sponsor.
Welcome back to the JT Show, episode 102. How do you cut?
Yeah.
How do you?
I do well. I do very well
good.
today.
That's good, man. It's the 12th of May.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll have this up on the 13th, if not the 14th. So we're still better than all the big namers who pre-record theirs 2 weeks in advance. Still more live.
Yeah,
But,
fuck those guys.
But I got shit to do. I got video games to play. How do you enjoy them birds, crowd? If you like them birds, man, hit the comments.
Yeah, the birds are out there.
Hilarious, man. I want to say something about beer tonight, man. Everyone's like, yeah, but if I have 2 beers, nah, man, it ain't 2 beers that fuck you up. It's that third beer, man.
Oh, the third beer gets you.
It's that third beer.
Yeah.
The third beer gets you up to the water slide. Okay. You look at a water slide at your age, you're like, there's piss and shit and kids up there, and I don't want to be a part of that. Then you drink a second beer and you're kind of like, that looks really fun, but this is not for me.
Yeah, the second one you look at it and you say, I can go down that.
But then that third beer, man, that third beer,
one makes you climb the ladder.
You're ready to blast off. Dude, I was thinking, man, if you want to fuck me up, make sure I drink 3 beers before it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the
third beer is when you're giving way too much information to strangers at the bar. That's like you go in and you talk to them, you're like, oh yeah, dude, I got $3,000 in my 401k. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And the random stranger's like, wow, man.
It made it just funny enough for the situation that I was in, and I was just like, this is hilarious, dude. Someone was like, you a Miller Lite guy? I said, I'm a free beer guy.
That's my thing too. Free beer is the way to fucking go.
I mean, like, how much you pay for it?
Nothing.
So it's free beer.
Free
so
beer.
That's why I had this thought tonight,
mm-hmm.
as I had that third beer. If someone is into the JT show and they love it, they got to clip that, because I definitely karate chopped the fly during that. It definitely hit it on camera, dude.
Nice. You have to slow that down.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know how long we've been doing it. I usually record a timer, but I'm outside today. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's got to be in the first 10 minutes.
Easy.
One time we did a podcast together, and then we finished, and it was only 26 minutes. And I was like, it was still really good because it was packed full of conversation.
Yeah.
But the rate that we were talking at, I thought it was like 40, 50, 60. And I was just like, it's getting long. And then I was like,
all right, guys, time to go. Not even been a half hour.
Sometimes that happens on stream for me. Like if you or Gary aren't online, I'll be like, yeah, let's stream, let's play some solo player. And then like after an hour, I'm like, see ya. I'm just gonna go. Like the other day, it was Saturday, it was 10 o'clock our time, and I was only streaming for 47 minutes. I said, oh shit, it's 10:15, let's see if and I paused my stream and I like minimized and showed him my desktop.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let's open up Crunchyroll and see if the new One Piece is on the air. And then it was. And I said, well, stream, I'm getting the fuck out of here and watching this shit, so I'll see you later.
Later, guys.
And then I played the dunk. Yeah. And then I fucking logged out. And I'm like, if I really had fans, they'd be like, did this motherfucker literally just get off the internet to streaming to watch anime because he just said, fuck you guys. I mean, that's
you guys, I'm going home.
I mean, like, what more do they want, man? I got 2 viewers, man.
They got to take.
I like to compliment the stash, dude. You're super growing it out.
Oh yeah, it's coming out there. Getting the beard thing going too, dude. We're gonna. I don't know, dude. My hair's getting pretty long. I might cut it before I show up to Michigan. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, dude, like a lot of people that haven't really seen me in a long time have been like, wow, you got like long hair. And I'm like, well, what I want to do is get some Jerry curls and do the mullet.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you've done it and it looks fantastic.
It's badass. It's the most badass haircut I've ever gotten.
And I feel like my podcasters during this episode that I'm recording would love to see it.
I think we should both rock. This should be the mullet podcast. We should just both rock it.
We got to get Theo on if it's like
yeah. we got to send Theo Vaughn.
My dad is not gonna believe your hair.
No.
I saw my hair's a little fucking sun damaged sloppy right now, but I worked a hard day. But my dad, when he sees how long my hair is, he's just like, fucking Christ, dude. Like, he's gonna keep being a hippie.
He's gonna love mine, dude. Mine's all over the place.
You're like a fucking 1980s WWE. You look like Dude Love on a diet. Diet Dude Love, dude.
I love it. I love it.
But I want to compliment the stash though. It's looking good.
Thanks, man. I think I'm gonna chop it down to get it like just to even it out a little bit, and then I'm just gonna let it go.
I want to keep the beard until my birthday.
Yeah. Let that fucker go, dude. Do a year. Do a trimmed up year.
But I also want a fucking gnarly mustache with the fucking mullet.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll do mustaches and mullet.
Oh man, but that means I gotta get. But the thing is, I was gonna grow this out until my birthday.
I mean, you can just chop the stash, leave a little stubble, and then let that go after your birthday.
Not shave it off completely, just like fucking.
That's what I normally do. Yeah, I put like the one guard on and fucking go to town. Leave a little bit of stubble, a little bit of flavor on there, a little seasoning.
I got fresh razors.
Oh God. I don't think a straight razor will ever touch my face again. I think that time of my life has been over.
If I meet a girl with this beard and then, we go out, I'm going to be like, hey, you can
never shave it off.
I'd be like, if you break up with me when I shave my beard, that's pretty shallow because it's only going to take me 2 weeks to grow it back and I'll never shave it off again.
Dude, could you imagine, bro? That's like going out with a girl and then like after a week you finally see her without makeup and you're like, oh.
Do you know who one of the worst people without a beard is in the history of the entire world?
Oh God, who?
He's popular on YouTube.
Harley.
Wrong.
He's pretty terrible without a beard too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks normal.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's.
You've seen him so long with the beard, you don't want to see him without it.
You love.
It's like if James Harden shaved his beard, you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up and grow your beard."
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So
I couldn't handle James Harden without the beard.
Gary watches this channel as well.
Naked Jakey?
Incorrect. The third and final answer is clue is I'll give you two. I have one of their t-shirts and
Rhett and Link?
Yeah.
Rhett.
Yeah. He has like, I love you, Rhett, but he even says he does not have a strong chin.
No, he's got a very feminine chin.
And when he shaved his beard, everyone was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's weird to say Link is more manly than Rhett, but the jawline, Link's jawline is way more manly than Rhett's jawline.
Like out of the two characters or the people they portray on their channel, Rhett is definitely the dominant, but Link has his dominating moments, Yeah. And the thing is, like, as much as sometimes I want to agree with Rhett, I see Link's point a lot more.
Yeah. I think if they were in a relationship, Rhett would be the top.
I don't want to talk about him like that.
That's how it would be, though.
Will not confirm this.
No way Link's mounting them. No way. Oh, Timber Trace. Mine's back in California.
A horrible place for it to be, dude.
You want to switch over to sports real quick? Talk about this craziness going on?
Start it up.
So fucking Tom Brady just signed a deal with Fox. He's gonna be making $175 million over 10 years. You know what that means? He's the highest paid sportscaster in history. He's gonna be calling games. He's gonna be making, so math says he's gonna be making $37.5 million a year. So that $37.5 million is more than Tony Romo and Joe Buck combined.
And he hasn't even started yet.
He hasn't even started. So more quick math. He's going to be doing about 21 games a year. You know how much he's going to be making per game?
What's the math?
$1.785 million.
Wow.
Almost $2 million a fucking game to just sit there and talk about a game that he's played his entire life. He's going to be making more money now than he ever did playing football.
As you see, as I'll turn around on my Twitter, someone can zoom in if they need to. This is from 1 day ago. It says, Tom Brady with his Fox Sports deal has just guaranteed two things. Tom Brady every NFL Sunday and Tom Brady every Thanksgiving, and we are blessed. And my dad called me. My dad called me about this issue. So you know it's fucking big news when Big Blaze is calling you about it. Because my dad comes to me for fucking, is this true or is this false? And I'll be like, here's what people are saying, here's what's not confirmed, and here's what
here's what we know, here what might be true.
And sometimes I'm like, here's the real shit, Brad. But he was just like, is that a big deal? I was like, Dad, he's making more money almost than he was making more money than he did with his like fucking NFL contracts. And he's like, that's how. And I was just like, it's Tom Brady. And then my mom said something like, oh, maybe he'll just call plays and he's not going to give his opinion. I was like, Mom, he already has been hired for the NFL lead analyst of football while he's still playing football. I was like, because if you watch the time, and here's her in Robin's defense, she explained herself because I said, Robin, you have to give me a reason. And she's like, well, I watched that Tom Brady special and he really dislikes some things in the media. I said, yes, I agree. He said those things, but he himself is going to try to fix that himself by joining the media. And B, this is a contract that happened just today. Wow. That fucking segment was filmed a year ago and it was released like 6 months ago or whatever it was.
And on top of that, he was paid as a player. He wasn't really paid to be a media guy. Now he's going behind the curtain. Now he's gonna be the media guy. And
here's the thing: say what you want about the media as a player, but when they're coming at you with that much cash, dude. Hi, welcome to Fox Sports. I'm Tom Brady. We've got an exciting matchup tonight. Yeah, I really like the way this quarterback throws here. He's got a quick release. He really knows how to dump to that receiver down 5 yards field. He's really got that nailed down. He really knows how to hand off the ball and then check down to his receiver when there's nobody downfield. He's got that covered. His head coach calls everything. He's probably a system quarterback, but not really. Back to you in the booth. And I'm going to be like, God damn, kids, that was the best quarterback we've ever in the whole world. I'm like, shut up, Dad. We're watching RG7.
RG7. Or shut up, Dad. Archie Manning's playing.
Dude,
like, you don't even know who Archie is.
I'm kind of gonna be upset when Archie Manning makes it to college because.
Where do you think he's gonna go?
Well, he's down to like 5 schools.
Yeah, what you got? Like Ole Miss.
I can look it up live.
It's probably.
I think one of them has to be Tennessee for shiggles.
No, I don't think he's a Tennessee guy. I think that was just Peyton. I think before you say anything, I'm gonna pick 4: Ole Miss, LSU, Bama. Oh, one more.
Ooh.
What would be crazy? What would be weird?
Okay, so repeat the 3.
Ole Miss.
Yep.
Bama.
Mm-hmm.
LSU.
Uh-huh.
And let's go with
There's 6.
Are my 3 in those?
You nailed 3. That's why I said yep every time. You nailed 3.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's go for all 6. Let's see. All right. Let's go.
Okay, we'll give you 3.
One of them.
Nope. I'll give you 3 strikes. That was 1. So you got 2 more strikes.
All right.
And I'll give you 1 hint, but you can either guess one more and get a hint, which will narrow down the last 2 choices, or you can have a hint, which will narrow down the last 3 choices.
Let's take the hint. Let's take it.
Let me give you a hint that's not over. Okay, so here's a hint. The 3 schools left all play in the same conference.
Oh God, no way I get this. I'm not good with conferences. Not good with it. So I mean, UCLA.
Incorrect. Strike 2.
And then where would I love to see him play? Oregon's a no-go. There's no shot it's Oregon. Because it'd have to be a pro style offense. Man, I'm drawing a blank for these last ones. I don't know. Let's be crazy about it. Fucking, he goes to Duke.
Incorrect.
All right, what are the other 3?
So Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU.
Okay, I figured those ones. He's gonna go to one of those 3, by the way.
Georgia.
Okay.
Florida.
Florida.
And Texas.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say Texas, but I said UCLA instead.
You were saying you said what's a wild one, and here's the thing. Here's why I gave you that hint.
Well, so the wild one was
either
either gonna be Texas or UCLA, and I was like, fuck it, UCLA. I could see him in UCLA colors.
Here's why it was a good hint without being over obvious, because of your lack of college football knowledge. No,
I don't know anything about it.
Texas just left the Big 12 or whatever the fuck their conference is with Oklahoma, and they just joined the SEC. And some judge in Texas roasts them because their program's been failing for years. But they suck, dude. Oh yeah, I don't think. Oh yeah,
Texas hasn't been good in a while.
I'm 97% sure, viewers of the JT Show. I'm pretty sure that nobody got drafted from Texas this year from football.
Yeah, I think that's a fact. I think that's a fact.
But a great program. Hey, guess what? Go to Michigan. You can be drafted number 2 as a defensive player. Look at the defensive players drafted early.
Everybody wants to be drafted number 2.
Desmond Howard, dude. Dude, you know what's crazy?
Both
Michigan Heisman winners.
I would love to see Archie play for Texas. I would just love it. He goes to Texas, kind of how Peyton went to Tennessee, and he was just that guy there. Like no one else really came out of Tennessee in Peyton's era. It was just Peyton playing with some fucking Joe Schmoes. Yeah, I could see him going to Texas, them having, I don't know, like 2 solid running backs, 1 big time wide receiver that he just puts on the map. Like a guy that's like his freshman year, he's like a junior, and the guy just has a fucking crazy junior year because Archie's just slinging that sauce to him.
Right.
I would love to see him play for Texas.
So I was too young to know who Desmond Howard was as a child. Mm-hmm. Because fun fact, both Heisman winners for Michigan during my alivehood went on to play for Green Bay to win a Super Bowl.
Love that.
Desmond Howard and Charles Woodson.
And Charles, yeah.
And
the greatest defensive back to ever live in my mind.
And I'll play a clip right now. I'll just play it on the screen because I thought it'd be funny. I met Desmond Howard twice.
Oh, that's cool.
And one of the times I got to dab him on the back. And then I was like, I touched Desmond Howard. And he was laughing his ass off.
You got that on video?
I do.
Oh,
I was snapping. No. You want to see it right now?
No. I just meant in the video.
Yeah, I'll roll it.
But yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I've been lucky with Heisman winners from Michigan. I'm like, they're gonna go on and eventually get on Green Bay squad. And
cool.
Yeah.
The only NFL player I've ever met was Larry Fitzgerald, and it was 2019 when they played against the Raiders. And I walked down to the floor level seats because they weren't checking tickets yet because it was way early. And I walked up and he was signing autographs, and he's like, "Yeah, anything for me to sign?" I was like, "No." I just want to shake your hand. And he like put his hand out to shake it, dude. His hand fucking engulfed my hand. It's like he had two hands on one. His hand was fucking massive, bro. Like puts it out like that, and it's like crazy.
I met.
Big
we were
handed guy.
we were in a closed restaurant now. It was Chelly's Chili at the time. I got a late hockey ticket. One of my brother's friends bailed, so he just said, "You want to come?" And I'm chill with my brother's friends, so I went. And actually, me and a couple of the hoodlums of my brother's friends, because there was like 9 of us. He's like, "Hey, Jake, do you think we can fucking sit closer to the rink?" And I was like, "You just gotta own it, dude. You don't look at the dude. You got shit in your hand, dude. Just put your beers up here and just keep fucking walking." Like, and so we just found some open seats. We sat like 14 rows.
You sit there like it's your spot.
We sat 14 rows up instead of like fucking 60. We got on the Jumbotron a ton of times, dude. And it was 3 of us. It was chill. And like, it was like me and this dude having a great time that I've never hung out with because it's my brother's friend. But he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, your brother's cool to break the rules." But prior to that event, 3 of my brother's friend had Chris Chelios jerseys on because Chris Chelios was
He's the man.
He was a prominent player for the Red Wings. He played for Chicago for many years.
Prominent player in general.
I forgive him for those years for what he did for Detroit. And he opened a restaurant called Chelly's Chili's, and he would do business deals with like real people in his restaurant. So he walks past our table while we're eating, like, oh my fuck, like we're like everything's casual. And then here comes Chris Chelios. And 3 of my brother's friends are wearing his jersey. He goes, "Hey fellas, I'll get you after." And they're like, "Oh shit." And I have this picture still. I had a shaved head. And then he sits down. This is where
the picture comes down.
He sits down with Chris Draper and Joey Koser. And we didn't recognize these 2 hockey players because of how casual they looked. So he's just doing some business deals. He gets up, he comes over to her table, he starts taking pictures of everybody. And so I got a picture with Chris Chelios. I got to shake Chris Draper's hand, and Chris Draper's hand just smothered my hand.
Just swallowed it up, huh?
And so then I was like, "Holy shit, that's crazy." And I'm
that's
taller.
That's how I knew.
And I'm taller.
I shook his hand. I was like, I was never meant to be in the NFL.
But I was taller than him, right?
Yeah.
But then Joey Koser, who won back-to-back cups with the Stanley Cup, fucking had crazy playoff games, dude. Like when we come for this golf trip, we should watch one of those highlight films, like while we play pool.
Yeah.
Because I watch them all the time. They're on YouTube. But he just had some like crazy shit happen where he just made goals happen and scored like the first goal again. And like, he just did crazy shit. And I'm also taller than him. So I walked up to him and I shook his hand, and I was like, "You don't know how much this means, man." And he's like laughing. I was like, "You don't understand." I was like, "Bro, I watched the 97 and 98 highlight tapes all the time." And then I said to him the stat. I was like, "Bro, you scored the first goal. It was like the first goal in the first game, and this and this." And he just started laughing. And I was like, "Bro, you don't understand, dude. You made my childhood." And he was like, "Thanks, man." But he wasn't a Steve Yzerman. He wasn't a Brendan Shanahan. He was not a Sergei Fedorov. He was not a Darren McCarty. He was Joey Koser, dude. And he was sick as fuck, dude. So
cool.
Cheers. I'll find, if Joey Koser has a Twitter, I will tweet this to him. Maybe Darren McCarty. Darren McCarty, live in Michigan. Come on my podcast, dude. Let's fucking vibe out, bro. Darren McCarty, by the way, fun fact in hockey, won 3 cups with the Stanley Cup champions 3 times, Red Wings, 98, 97, and 2002. Like, got out of hockey, got into gambling, had like unfortunately some alcohol problems. Then he like hits up his buddy Darren. He hits his buddy Chris Draper. He's like, "Hey, I want to come back." And Chris is like, "I'm still like, I can still talk to some people." Had to play minor league hockey, came back, and then I'm pretty sure he scored the first goal in the playoff series of the Penguins, like when he just started playing hockey that year again after like 4 years of not playing hockey. And we won the cup. That's fucking. And so he's a 4-time Stanley Cup champion.
That's sick.
And he's the
so
dog.
Cool.
He was on the grind line. How cool of a name is that?
Yeah.
The only cooler hockey. We can change subjects after this, but the only cooler hockey name I think that I really liked a lot was Philadelphia Flyers, and their fucking big line was called the Legion of Doom. and their announcer would just go, "Are you ready, Legion of Doom?" And everyone would be like, "This is fucking like radical, dude."
That's pretty sick.
Like imagine an
Um,
NFL offense like that.
Yeah, I mean the offensive lines. I mean, what they had the Hogs for the team
The
formerly
purple
known as
people
the
eaters,
Redskins, Purple People Eaters. They had some
the
crazy
Iron
line
Curtain.
names. That was defense, but yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's what I'm
another
saying. Like,
line name.
yeah, isn't it crazy that like in sports it can just be so good that people just give it like the 12th
They
man.
used to have. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like the last good nicknames for a team. I think the Legion of Boom for Seattle was the last good nickname a team had.
The 12th man came back too when everyone hopped
Yeah.
on that Russell Wilson train.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I paused even though I knew. I was like,
Yeah, I heard it.
let me double
So
check.
something crazy I was looking at the other day because you mentioned sitting close in a game. I was looking, so we're looking to make the move in July back to California, getting the bus, not a big deal. I was looking at tickets in the Oakland Coliseum for A's games, and you can sit right behind home plate for $320. That's nothing for right behind the plate.
I think at Comerica you can get it cheaper than that.
Really? For right
Yeah,
behind home plate?
I'll look it up right now.
Well, because I was thinking, I was like, man, because A's are having issues getting fucking seats. Like literally, their AAA affiliates get more.
Do you remember who their opponents were?
I was looking. It was one of the bobblehead nights for I think the Mets.
Okay, so let's do. Let's see. Are they home?
Either the Mets or the Sox.
So let's do a division rival. Oh no, let's do Sandy. Oh no, they're at San Diego. Let's do Tampa Bay. That's a good game. So Tampa Bay tickets. So Tampa Bay versus the Tigers. Okay. Oh my God, seat map. Okay.
Oh, Bill Burr is live tonight in Sacramento. $64 for tickets to that. Let's see these Oakland A's tickets.
Where's the game? Oh,
Let's go. We have the Mariners. Oh, the Angels are real cheap.
bro, $110.
For right behind home plate.
Yeah.
Should we go see a fucking Tigers game?
I can look up the price. I think the only day they're in town would be Thursday, which we would just drive back into Detroit, which would be no big deal.
Yeah.
Let me look up Tigers ticket. We're buying
Crazy.
Tigers tickets on the podcast, you know? No big
Yeah, I know,
deal.
right? Let me see what these Angels tickets are.
So you fly in when do you fly in? June 2nd?
I fly in the 2nd, yeah. Wow, that's crazy that the Tigers tickets are more expensive than the A's tickets. I never would have fucking guessed. Never in a million years.
All right, let's go let's zoom in to right behind home. I'm gonna go right
this
behind.
was the game. It was the Mets game is the one I was looking at.
Okay, so the closest we can get seats right behind home plate.
And they jumped to $390.
2 seats selected, $64.
For right behind home plate?
18 rows behind home plate.
Dude, that's nothing. How much is it if we move up to like the front fucking row?
Well, we'd have to see if there's tickets available.
Yeah, look and see how close we can get to home plate.
Okay,
for
so
$64, bro, I pay $100. I don't.
We can get I think the closest we can get behind home plate, I think, is it's these 2 seats right here, 13 rows.
13 rows. Okay.
For $90.
For both $90?
$90 a piece.
Oh, 90 a piece? That's bad, bro.
Yeah.
What day is that?
Thursday, June 2nd.
What time's the game?
Oh, it's at 1 p.m. Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I land at 8.
Yeah, but
But
we'd like give up half our day to watch a Tigers game. We'd give up like a
yeah,
lot of golf. Let's
yeah.
backtrack.
See if there's a like Friday. That's not bad though. It's not bad.
That was June 2nd, so they're
I'm just trying to get.
oh,
I want to be behind doing some weird
that's
shit.
the only game they're in town.
Oh damn! It was almost a good idea.
Yeah, I mean they're still
I mean,
still
we
time.
could still
what-
do it.
July.
Oh, July. Yeah.
Yeah,
God, I want
July
summer.
for sure. You guys are like, man, these guys are just planning their vacation. This is what a podcast is all about.
Bullshit.
The last Tigers game that I went to, I was the veteran of the game,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and
Should
I
we sign veterans of the game? If we both just
could probably sign you up
good.
for July.
I show up with a full beard. I'm just
But
blazed out of my mind.
I shaved my. I had no beard. I had a huge mustache. I wore a Magnum P.I t-shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt, and I wore a Tigers baseball cap like Magnum P.I. So I was like on the screen waving at people, and I looked like fucking Magnum P.I. And
That's
I was like,
hilarious.
I hope one person gets my reference.
That's all it takes. One person.
Like, that's hilarious. Craig Monroe liked it because when I dressed the same way when I went to another game beforehand, I was like, Craig. Yeah, and he came up. He's like, dude, Magnum PI. I was like, dude, thank you, man. He's like, dude, that stash. And I was like, yeah, man, I know. When your mustache gets complimented by a famous athlete, it's a pretty good stash.
That's S tier stuff.
Here.
S tier stash. So Zoom, we have 7 minutes left.
And do you want
wanna
to
start it
take a
over and
pause?
we'll
Do you
do-
want to take a pause break and then start it over?
Yeah, let's start it over. Then I got
Alright.
I got 2 stumper questions and then a special game.
Cool. Okay. Put the drugs away.
Don't look.
Oh, sorry. It's just your shirt. Your shirt threw me off.
Oh, sorry. This is actually a city, California. Weed.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
I fucking sure.
I've been there. I've been to weed, California. Oh, I really hope that. Wait, hold on. Let's see if they can. Hold on. Let me turn up this game real quick. See if they can hear the train.
Yeah. That's a ways away too.
That's one of my favorite things about living where I live is on like cold, echoey nights, dude. It's so far off in the distance. And it's not annoying at all, ever. It's almost pleasant.
Yeah.
The only thing about my house is every now and then you're just gonna play and they go, and you're just like, bro, can you shut the fuck up?
Live on the pod. Good afternoon. My name is Petty Officer Sam. I'm a Navy recruiter here in Roseville. No guy.
You should send them a picture of your face and just reply
with my shirt in it.
Yeah, and then just have it say, does this look like the picture of a man that you want to serve your Navy?
He's like, actually.
Look, man, I can write you a waiver. It's fine, man. It's cool. Medical marijuana could be military grade in 50 years, man. You'll get pot.
Trying to hit that quota. That's all it is. All right. Roll the stumpers. Here it is. Boom. Right as the train goes off, too. Good timing.
Don't even play the noise this week.
So I have 2 stumper questions, and then I have 5 specialty questions. All right. So the first stumper is, who was last year's fantasy point leader in the NFL? Who scored the most points in fantasy football last year?
2021?
This last season that just ended.
2022. Okay. Tyreek Hill.
No. Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Number 2 was Josh Allen. and that's a half PPR league. So I'm going off of NFFL.
If you do full PPR, you're a little bitch and fuck running back, son.
Yeah.
You just draft all receivers.
All right. So as of 2020, who is the all-time leader in fantasy football points?
Holy shit.
The all-time leader.
That's a fucking hard one, man. Oh my God, dude. Can I get a guess and then a position?
Yeah. I'll narrow it. So I'll give you a guess and then I'll narrow it down for you.
Let's go with Matt Stafford.
All right. So before 2020, Jerry Rice was the leader in all-time fantasy points. But the crown was taken after that season by a quarterback.
So
his name is not Matt Stafford.
Was it Tom Brady?
It was Tom motherfucking Brady.
Tom Brady.
So I did the math
honestly,
on it.
In my
He's
head,
averaged,
it was between those two players.
He's averaged 280 fantasy points a year his whole career. Like, that's his average. Obviously, he's gotten less than that. And obviously, he's gotten way more than that. But
the draft board downstairs. The draft board downstairs in my house has the draft that I won, that I have the fucking ring for.
Yeah, I remember setting that thing up.
And it has me drafting second to the last pick and scooping up Tom Brady in the second to the last pick. And Tom Brady did. And he was my backup quarterback.
What a steal.
I goes, you son of a bitch. And I said, yep.
Dude, I was going to take him too. I was like, oh, he's there. I'm going to get him.
I draft quarterback 6th round.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. I mean, if it's 3rd round and Aaron Rodgers is sitting there, I'm going to scoop his ass up so fast. But
this year?
It doesn't happen. This year, yeah. I would take Aaron this year. Kidding me?
Too.
You know how much extra work he's going to have to do this year?
Speaking of Green Bay quarterbacks, Brett Favre's in a scandal.
Oh, again? What did my boy Brett do?
It's been an ongoing allegation that he mishandled. He's part of a group he's listed on that might have mishandled $26 million in welfare funds. And I've listened to Brett's arguments, and I see his side of it, and the Packer in me is like, "Hey, Brett, get him!" But
fucking Brett.
But then logically, I'm like, let's see the other side, and I'm like, ooh, those are some strong allegations. Allegedly, this is all alleged, not confirmed. I love you, Brett Favre, unless you did it.
This is a new game. It is called Name That Player. We played this game before, but I threw a twist on it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do
Bumblebee
is for each, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 hints.
Look at this. This is a Bob.
And after the first one,
sorry.
After the first one, if you guess who he is after the first one, after the first hint, you get 5 points. And each hint you get, it goes down, 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 down.
So you start with 5 if you get it off the rip, and then I get a hint, and it's only worth 4. Okay.
If you get any of these off the rip, I will personally give you a hand job.
Yes. This golf trip. Oh, hey, we'll end it talking about our golf trip.
All right.
Okay.
So first guy, he was born in 1991. Any guesses?
Okay, so he's born in 91, so he's 18 in 09. So he has a freshman year in college in 09, maybe in basketball. Could he be LeBron James?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, LeBron James was in the league in 07. I'm dumb.
All right. Number 2. So I will give you a hint for all around. This one doesn't count as a hint now. They're all NFL players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
91.
So
played college in 09. So then he has to play at least 3 years before he enters the draft. So now it's 2012. He's a quarterback in 2012. So that was the year after the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl. So Pittsburgh and Green Bay pick last. So the first quarterbacks in that round were like, man, dude, this is fucking hard.
Tough one.
It's 2012. Someone that's been in the league for 10 years. I'm gonna say Baker Mayfield.
Wrong.
Okay.
All right. He plays defense.
Aaron Donald.
Wrong.
Yeah, he's only been in the league for like 5 years.
He's 6'3".
I don't know.
Went to Boston College.
I don't get it either.
Nothing?
No.
All right. He was drafted by the Carolina Panthers, 9th overall in 2012.
Luke Kuechly, no?
Yep, Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
Luke Kuechly? Luke Kuechly?
I can't say, yeah. I at least got 1 point.
That's him. You got 1 point.
Yes.
You got 1 point. All right.
I did it.
You go along the same line. You got 1 point. You got 1 point.
Dude.
It only took me telling you what year he was born, what college he went to, played defense, and that he was drafted 9th overall in 2012 by the Panthers.
And any of those players that I named, I'm fucking dumb, so don't take offense. Aaron Donald, I know you've only been in the league for like a little bit.
All right, so you got 1 point. Here's the next guy. He was born in 1981.
Okay.
All these, so by the way, all of these, I'm not going to give you like some random fucking guys, some random no name. They're all going to be standout players.
Yeah, I mean,
Might not necessarily be Hall of Fame players, but they're going to be standout players.
Yeah. So 81.
Born in 1981.
Tom Brady.
No. He is 5'8". Got to narrow it down a little bit.
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn was taller than 5'8", but this guy played defense.
He had to play like D-bag. That small. I don't have a good guess on another hit.
Played for the University of Iowa.
Oh, fuck, I should know this now, but I'm not going to get it again.
You want the last hint?
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Colts in the 2nd round of the 2004 draft. So he played defense for the Colts, 5'8", was drafted in the 2nd round of 2004.
Here's the stump. I got stumped. Don't know it. It's not a good
Bob
guess.
Sanders.
Bob Sanders. Wow. Sorry, Bob Sanders. I'm not a Colts fan.
Sanders.
I love Pat. I love you to death, Pat. I love Peyton Manning. I loved Jonathan Taylor. I loved what old boy that looked like Abraham Lincoln.
Oh yeah, Mr. Luck.
Mr. Andrew
so lucky
Luck.
with that O line that he got.
I love.
Mr.
Oh,
wasn't so lucky.
by the way, I live in Jackson, Michigan. I've revealed that before. But what's cool is Tony Dungy was born and raised in Jackson, Michigan, and his dad is actually a very prominent person. He taught at the Jackson College here at the local place here in Michigan. And
Nice.
So there's kind of like a small legacy of Tony Dungy where I live at.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and my roommate's mom and dad went to the same high school at the same time as Tony fucking Dungy.
That's
Not
pretty
saying
cool.
they were homies or anything. I'm just saying they were in the same fucking hallways, dude.
That's interesting.
And my roommate said his mom remembers conversations, but that's just fucking white ladies talking, bro.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I love him. I love his mom, though. She's great.
All right, I got 2 more guys for you. This one was born in 1977.
Fucking dude. Holy shit. Next guess.
He is 6'4".
Next guess.
Plays offense.
6'4", 77. Don't know.
Went to Marshall.
Don't know.
Whoa. He was drafted 20th overall by the Vikings. Wow, bro.
I don't know.
I thought you'd get this one for sure. It's Randy fucking Moss.
Randy Moss played for Marshall.
Randy Moss played for Marshall.
This whole I
Who'd you
thought
think he
Randy
played
Moss played
for?
because I know that Megatron played for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
So I thought that Randy Moss played for like something Georgia too, but like the prominent Georgia.
So he was supposed to go to like a crazy school, but he got in trouble his senior year of high school and had to go to Marshall. And that's where he played his college football.
I mean, like, yeah, Minnesota Vikings, I should have made a guess, but
Yeah.
fuck.
And fun fact about Randy, he scored a touchdown in every single game he played in at Marshall. Every single game.
Wild.
Yeah. All right. Last guy. This guy was born in 1962.
Okay, so 62, so that means it's 1980 and he's 20, so 21, 22, so 83, 84, he's in the NFL. Next question. Next guess.
He's 6'1", and I'll give you an next one. 6'1", he plays offense.
Dan Marino?
No.
Damn.
He went to Auburn.
Don't know Auburn players like that.
All right, so this is a double. One of the few players to be drafted twice. He was drafted first overall in '86 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was also drafted 183rd overall in 1997 by the Raiders.
I don't know.
Bo Jackson.
Damn.
I thought you'd get that one for sure. The last two I thought were layups. I was like, man. Yeah, so he was drafted first overall in '86 by Tampa, but he fucking hated Tampa because Tampa told him when he was going on a visit to their stadium, they were like, yeah, we cleared you through the NCAA and the SEC. You're good to go. You can visit us. And then when he got back to college was like, yeah, no, it was not cool for you to do that. So you don't get to play baseball anymore. So he lost his baseball eligibility because he visited Tampa. And the coach lied to him and was like, yeah, no, we got it cleared. And so he played baseball his rookie year for the fucking Sox or wherever the fuck he played. Or no, it was the Royals. He played for the Kansas City Royals. And then that next year, fucking Al Davis, the shifty old fuck that he was, called up Bo Jackson's agent and was like, yo, since he turned down that contract they gave him, he's eligible for the draft again. Is he willing to play football for the Raiders? And then as soon as Bo got the call, Bo was like, I don't want to play football for Tampa. Fuck those guys. And his agent was like, no, this is the Raiders. He goes, all right, I'll talk to them if they let me play baseball. And at the time, the Raiders already had Marcus Allen, but they got Bo Jackson in the 7th round, 183rd overall in 1987, because technically he was eligible for the draft because he turned down that contract the year before.
And that's exactly why I love this podcast, because I know shit about Bo Jackson, of course. Like, I've watched Bo Jackson highlights, his baseball highlights and his NFL highlights.
I've watched his documentary more times than I care to tell.
Yeah, but then, but like now I just don't like, I just haven't invested in the backstory, and then like you bring the fucking stumpers into this shit, and I'm just like, I thought I knew sports. Like, it'd be great if this podcast ever rocketed off and we got we got like fucking like even Nick, whatever his fuck name is that I hate, just because he likes LeBron James so much.
Yeah.
But he's actually very knowledgeable. And one of my favorite things about I'll give you know who I'm talking about, right?
Mhm.
He used to have a bald head, and then he starts growing out his hair again. He's on Fox Sports. He used to be on ESPN. He's like Nick something, I think. He used to have a show with the guy from the NFL who used to play in the NFL, but he got in some trouble. So then he got voted off the show.
The younger guy, right? I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's probably in like his late 30s.
Yeah. He rides LeBron James.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He's great with facts. He's really great with shutting down. Used to be Stephen A. and Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
So he's really good at shutting down Skip Bayless. That's why I respect him, because I'm just like, at least.
Well, I mean, Skip's just a pot stirrer. That's his thing. He just and he's like,
I love
this guy
seeing
because
those.
Of this, and everyone's like,
remember this tweet from 10 years ago, and it was Baker Mayfield will be a bigger name in this town. Oh, no, not even Baker Mayfield. It was excuse me, Baker. Sorry, this is a slight on your name. Johnny Manziel will be a bigger name in Cleveland than LeBron James ever was. Yeah, that was from like 10 years ago or some shit.
I mean, honestly, if Johnny fucking stayed clean and actually focused and shit, they might have been able to put a decent team around him. He's one of the biggest. I think he cracks the top 5 for bust. I think he's up there. I think he's right up there with Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf. I think he's one of those guys.
There's a lot of good younger generation small quarterbacks right now, but there's 2 prominent names in my lifetime that are smaller type quarterbacks, and that's Drew Brees, and the other one is Russell Wilson. And because
both under 6 foot.
And they're both some of the best quarterbacks. Electric. Drew Brees can put the ball down the field on a flick of a dime.
He's got that golden arm.
And they're not.
Russ
they're
is
not
just
over
like
6
the perfect
foot.
combination of speed and arm accuracy.
And now
he's he's what you want from a running quarterback.
And you know, now you got Lamar. Now you got for the Cardinals, Murray.
Kyler Murray. Yeah, Kyler Murray.
You've got a few smaller quarterbacks. I mean, Russ is still in the league, of course, but you still got some now younger. I mean, Baker's not that tall. I know he's not going to start no more, and wherever he goes, he goes.
I think Baker's 6 foot flat. I think he's right there.
Yeah, he might be over, but he's still pretty short for a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, 6 foot for a quarterback is pretty fucking short, especially when you don't got legs. If you're 6 feet tall, you better be able to run. Yeah.
Like, or if you're under 6 feet, you better be able to run fast.
Yeah. Unless you're Drew Brees.
It's like when you used to play NCAA for 4 years and you make a quarterback that was like 99 overall speed. You could beat the pocket every time.
You can do anything.
You could do anything you wanted. And then you get drafted to the NFL and you try the first like QB naked boot to the corner and the defensive end tackles you. And you're just like, God, this is real. This is real fucking. It's hard. That was a hard transition. I
remember grinding those NCAA games so much. I had 5 different players that I grinded, like the My Player career mode. I had a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a linebacker, and a safety. And I played out all 4 years of each of their careers and then put them into my Madden franchise draft and drafted every single one of them. Like I made sure I had picks, like the first 5 picks, and I drafted every single one of them. I think the quarterback was the highest rated person at like an 86 overall. I don't know what their conversion chart is for that, but that fucking quarterback in college, 99 throw power, 99 throw accuracy, 99 speed, 99
70
acceleration.
Kicking.
He was faster than my wide receiver that I made. Like he was just better at everything, and they were the same size. Like I don't know, because it's that game's so funny when you grind it. What are we listening to?
Let me turn it up.
Oh, is that a plane?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Hey, No Fly Zone, man. JT Show.
Yeah, we're filming here. Come on. But yeah, that game was so much fun because you would the first like your freshman year, you just work on like your throwing stats because that's what you need to get the ball down the field. And then after you get your throwing stats in the 90s, then you were like, oh, I want to fucking run some more. So you work on your speed, and then your sophomore year done, and you have like 90 speed, 95 throw accuracy, and you're like, fuck, I'm just gonna start sprinkling shit on. And then you blow it up your junior year, and it's like, oh, do you want to go to the NFL? It's like, no, I want to play my senior year, and I'm gonna go 4 for 4 with the Heisman.
There's two things that I loved about that game. It's building your player, like you said, but it's starting with your high school. And the cool thing is there's
Oh
some
yeah, that
point
was
that
the
they would
best.
have some prominent schools in your area that you
Mhm,
would play. So even if you were no shit Jonesville, like you'd customize your uniforms.
mhm.
This was for like 6 games, and you would have a console not connected to
Spent
the
30
internet
minutes,
at
30 minutes
all.
creating your high school team that you're only going to play with
Play
for
for
6 games.
but you would make it look
Yeah.
rad, and then you'd be taking your high school team down the field, winning a state title, and then getting
Mhm.
drafted by the best schools. And then some of my favorite shit, I played for Michigan, of course, but
Yeah.
that was my second playthrough. My first playthrough was TCU,
Okay.
Horned Frogs, because I just wanted to play at a program that I wanted to dominate at, that I could still make the top 25, that the conference wasn't crazy, and I wouldn't play Michigan. And
So
so
when I did mine, I made sure. So when I made my quarterback, I made them all different schools. I think the linebacker was the only one I made at USC. My quarterback, I remember I made him play for the Oregon Ducks because they had the fastest wide receivers and the youngest wide receivers. So they had like a sophomore wide receiver that was like 6'2" and ran, I don't know, he had like 97 speed or something like that. And so I was like, I'm going to play with this dude until he's out.
mhm.
So I was just slinging that ball to him. And then obviously there's the seniors on the team that are like 94 overall, and you can just get them the ball anywhere. But I made sure that there were young wide receivers that were going to be great. And then same thing when I made my wide receiver, I made it to where I was playing for like fucking Alabama or somewhere that was always going to have a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah, those NCAA games were fucking amazing. And as soon as that pre-order drops for the new NCAA game, I'm buying it. I'm buying whatever the cool pack is for it. I'm going to drop $120 on it or whatever it is. I'm just going to buy it. I'm going to have it. And then you have to get Madden.
The thing
to get the
about
NCAA game, you have to get Madden.
the thing about the game that I love too, and I hope they bring back, is you're 14 was the last one, right?
Yeah, 14.
Had Shoelace on the cover, Denard.
Yeah, your boy Robinson. Yeah.
I saw. Hey, by the way, I was in person, Western Michigan. I was in person to see his very first touchdown, which was a fumble that he picked up, and he looked up and he just ran 50 some yards.
Fucking player.
Yeah,
electric.
So 14. So 2014. I'm 14 years old. I've grown up on I was getting my ass whooped in 05, 06. My brother used to play me to where I broke controllers at that age. And I would invest in that game to where your college dorm, because I'm not talented this much, but your college dorm would start having trophies and accolades and Heisman trophies. So when it was your senior year, your dorm room had like cool shit, and like the hallway would be like, yo, what's up, man? Like, you're the man on campus. Like they would be some crazy shit. And like, dude, you like live the life that you wanted to. And this was on a PlayStation 2 graphics. And that's and nobody will ever get that with how games are today, because you bought the game and you just grinded and grinded and grinded.
The dorm room home screen for the superstar mode and NCAA was
fucking
elite.
Sick. It was that was number one. Number two is 2K, when you got to build your fucking 2K NFL.
When your fucking mansion or whatever, your suite,
and you got
and
you could buy like games like darts and fucking pool and shuffleboard, and you could really dope out your place. And like, that's why I hope eventually I hope that EA Sports doesn't dominate the how Madden dominates and how 2K used to have fucking rights. I hope one day 2K
it was for like 1 year.
I hope no, it was for a short time, and then fucking
Madden it was like 2K05 or something like that.
It was like 5 to 8 or something like that.
Oh, really? I
remember 2K set. Yeah, so whatever happened, but if 2K, because we love 2K basketball, and 2K is responsible for.
I wish
is 2K responsible for baseball?
2K MLB The Show. I think the show is its own.
The show its own thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But the one thing that can make 2K basketball better is more customization options for like your suite or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
invite somebody up to your suite to play basketball.
Like that's. Oh, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
But like, it's not at your suite. I don't know. It'd be cool to have like
No,
a
customize your
sim
loft in the
style
basketball room.
customization thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have like your fucking bedroom that you can customize, like your trophies or your shoes, and you can walk by and see your shoes. You can buy bigger TVs. Like you start off with a small TV, and once you hit your first
implement
big
like a
contract,
Stardew system. If you make friends with people, there's people hanging out at your fucking crib because you're famous.
Yeah.
You can hire staff.
The more you conversate with them, you can bring them into your building. So like, you ever play the UFC game?
No, because
Okay, so I've done multiple playthroughs of the UFC game. So they have this thing. Yes, they have this thing. They so to learn moves, like if you wanted to learn like the nastiest spinning back elbow, you would have to invite John Jones to your camp, but it costs you a certain amount of money to invite him.
So
and the first time you invite him there, he's not going to teach you his famous fucking move. You have to win fights, get money, and then get the notoriety to be able to invite people to your thing. So like, imagine like a 2K where like, instead of just being able to pick your fucking jump shot, you get to a point to where you invite Steph Curry to your fucking crib, and you've been friends with him for so long that he's like, hey, this is how I shoot. And then you can get his release. Or if you want to be crazy with it and you want a nasty like post fade move, you invite Dirk up to your loft, and Dirk's like, yeah, this is how I shoot the post fade. And then you unlock that animation for it.
I'm going to clip this and I'm going to tag NBA 2K in this. This will be just a little short clip, but that was brilliant, dude. Why don't we make games?
Dude, I have so many video games.
Could you imagine this life where like me and you hang out, where like we go to a sweet kick-ass office. It's a game. It's like a Nick Merck studio. This is a good timer. So Nick Merck's like studio, but it's not at our houses. We fucking game for hours, and then like we just like stop at like 2, and we're like, let's fucking, yo, what if we did this? And we just shot it to the studio, and they're like, brilliant idea, and then we just keep dude, that'd be the fucking life, dude. Grandma's boy, man.
So I'm gonna feed you this idea I've had for a while. We probably talked about it before. So everyone loves the Batman games. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, all of them. They do very
Asylums were great.
They do very well. So imagine a Batman Beyond video game. So Batman Beyond, you remember it, right? Or the kid Tracy was the dude. He was
Batman
like the
Beyond
guy.
was my shit.
So make a Batman Beyond video game, but the coolest part about it is your character is completely customizable. Like you can make him as tall as you want, as short as you want, as fat as you want, as fucking muscular as you want. You can give him like whatever hair. You can do the face scan your face in there. Because for the most of the game, you're gonna be covered up by a mask. Mm-hmm. And then at some point in the game, you fucking run into Bruce Wayne, and he's like, hey, you fuck, come to my mansion. You go to his mansion, you talk to him, you unlock the suit, you get to do your first couple missions. And each time you do a mission, you check back in with Bruce, and he's like, all right, now you can use the fucking Batarang. Like you keep unlocking more things as you like progress through the thing. And the cool part about Batman Beyond is they brought back like old fucking villains. So you could
like
have
the
like
Joker with villains. The microchip.
Yeah, so like the Joker could fucking come back. You got all the Joker's goons because the Joker's an old man.
Batman Beyond had sick
that roll around.
The Deck of Card family.
Yeah,
the royal family.
Yeah, and then they brought back,
he had the love instead of having a love interest with
Bane
Catwoman
for a little bit too. Yeah,
he had a fucking love interest with like the 10 of hearts or whatever the fuck she was, like the 9 or fucking some 6 of spades or whatever the fuck, some useless fucking.
So like the game could be like
card.
that, and then at some point you unlock the ability to like use the
and make it like a Mass Effect to where like if you start a sexual relationship with fucking old girl from the Hart family, you're not gonna because you still got homegirl who's always held hands with, and it's the fucking future, dude. It's like fucking flying.
It's the future. It's like fucking 20 years.
You make Gotham sick. It's like
2040. Yeah, you make Gotham dope, and then the whole time your Alfred is fucking the original Batman, Bruce Wayne, and he's like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Like he's just in your ear talking the whole time. You have like a little clip of him come up on the side here. You unlock fucking like the night vision bullshit. You unlock the fucking wings when you fucking flick your shit out so you can glide. Like there's so many things you can unlock. I've had this idea since 2013.
There's
I've been telling people about this. This is the first time I've done it like to be put out anywhere. But I think that would be a sick game.
I've never heard
an Arkham style game. I've told so many people this. An Arkham style game, Batman Beyond, fully customizable main character. Bruce in your fucking ear, unlocking fucking different bat weapons as you go, as you complete fucking missions.
There's 2 people that come to mind that are probably either sneezing or being like, fuck yeah, right now. Like somehow in the universe, they're like, Oh my God, something crazy just was said and happened. Number one is Earl. Earl's saying, fuck yeah, 100 times right now. And then number two is Jeff, because Jeff's just like, bro, I've been waiting for Batman Beyond. Like, we're finally getting the trimmers of a Static Shock movie coming out.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Who's the guy playing it?
The kid from Stranger Things.
That's right.
And then isn't it what prominent person's producing it or directing it?
I can't remember.
Nope, I don't want to say it because it might be wrong, and then people are like,
yeah,
racist.
yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, dude, shit like that would be dope.
I thought the dude that played the bad guy, I thought the guy that played Killmonger, I thought he would have been a great like older Static Shock. Like if they didn't want to do like an origin story of him, he's
well,
like
they
already,
did an older
prominent
Static Shock
character.
for that one series.
Ooh.
Static Shock goes to the future and he meets old Static Shock.
Oh, well, so he could be in an episode.
Yeah,
because he looks like he would be like an older, like Jack.
What's
Shock
crazy?
That's, like cemented in society.
Well, you have to appreciate now that you have a development, like right now, Marvel series, you can follow the timeline. We can be like discussions, time travel, multiverse. We can we know what the fuck's going on because they've clearly we're developed. But as a child, if you go back and watch X-Men and like Batman, like the animated series, all those old shows, they have so many fucking crossovers between the shows and the universes and the storylines that they do. You're just like, dude, I like now of age, of course they're gonna make whatever the fuck they do because they know it's selling.
Yeah.
But in the 90s when they made those rad graphics and the storylines were just like the Deadpool movie. The guy came back from the past, from the future. He came from the future.
Oh, Cage or Gage or whatever.
Yeah. He was in like a ton of fucking X-Men and shit. And then like they had a crossover with Spider-Man. They just had everything. And then like you go back and watch and you're like, bro, I can't believe how good these storylines are. And these are for like 7-year-olds.
It's an open fucking world for the amount of stories that they can possibly do with the Marvel shit. Even DC, like there's so many options.
Even that, did you watch the Teenage X-Men series where they're in like high school?
The animated one?
Where they're in high school, like Cyclops and
yeah, and they're all going to the same school, but it's like a public school.
And then like Mystique's the principal, and the Blue Devil dude, he Nightmare. He's like he has to transform.
No, not Nightmare. Nightwalker. Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he's got to like transform into a normal kid. I love that shit, dude. That was a good series.
Yeah, dude, the original fucking X-Men series, like the live action one.
Yeah,
the live action one that they made, the movies were so fucking good, bro.
I'll give props to Robin.
The perfect guy to play Beast, bro. It was fucking Fraser.
My mother would watch X-Men the animated series with me as a child, and then
just making sure you're not watching anything crazy.
No, she loved it.
Oh, really? That's
sick. She loved the love romance between Jean Grey and Cyclops and Wolverine. Dude, here's props.
Now we know where your love of anime came from.
So then when the first live action came out with old Star Trek boy and Magneto, where they wash up on New York City, and even though like compared to movies now, people are like ew, but at the time my mom was like, these are great. She bought them on DVD, so I just got to watch them over and over and over, dude. And they were great fucking movies, dude.
Great fucking movies.
And because of Marvel, they've had to reset the timeline to what they're doing now. But at the time, those were way better than fucking.
Those were the best superhero movies out at the time.
Way better than Hulk.
Ones. Oh, way better. Way better. Hulk. The only other superhero movies that were better at the time were like the Batman movies and Spider-Man, and those were like the biggest trilogies of all time. Yeah, like those are like the best movies ever.
Yeah. Well, we'll save the golf trip for next week because we still got like 2 whole weeks before we're gonna do like what we're gonna do is we're gonna record a podcast, release it, and we're gonna pre-record one before you leave, and then release it so we can have some time off because we're gonna be like, I've hung out with Taylor too much. So
we're at least gonna film like 1 or 2 on there.
Yeah, so we'll talk about our golf
or like
trip.
One podcast and maybe like a live show. We'll
talk about what we're shooting, what courses, where to find us if you're stalkers. But great episode. I'm gonna save it. Take me 10 minutes for teardown, play some games.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. See you guys later. JT Show.
Later, guys. Thanks for watching.